Some people don't understand that you will literally benefit more in life from just like putting yourself in the winners category. A lot of times, if I'm ever like struggling with something, I ask myself, like, are you putting yourself like in the winners category per se? I remember in college, people used to always have like certain classes that they used to complain about because they were hard to pass. Like if you've gone, you've experienced that. And I remember one time we had this accounting class, and after class, everybody was sitting around talking about it, how it was like so hard. And y'all know how professors like to act like school is the Hunger Games. So like a third of the class has to fail or whatever. And so I remember it was like a group of people talking about it, like, oh my gosh. And it was like one girl who was very adamant about leading the conversation, like, oh my gosh, people are gonna fail, blah blah blah. And I just really wasn't saying anything. And so when you're like self-assured, there's always gonna be that one person that you just agitate for no reason because they insist on being frantic. And she was like, oh well, you must have understood because you're not saying anything. And I was like, no, but I didn't come to college to fail classes, so why would I do that? Like, it was just as simple as that. And she kind of just like looked, and I'm just like, yeah, no, like I understand that people are gonna fail this class. I just won't be one of them. What's crazy is like it didn't take me very long to realize that the reason why people were probably failing the class, and it was a bad class and everything, is because the professor wouldn't teach. So he would go off on these rants and tangents, and he would barely stick to the lesson plan. So people would sit in class hanging on to his every word, hoping that he would say something of value, and then come exam time, they wouldn't be prepared. So instead, what I did is I would skip his class because it didn't count towards our grade. And everyone knows that tutors and teachers' assistants get the lesson plan. So instead of going to my class during the allotted time, I would just go to tutoring and let the tutor teach me the lesson plan. And I ended up getting like a B in that class that everybody was stressed about. So it's like you have to have the authority with yourself to say, like, my experience is going to be my experience and I can figure it out for me and not base it on anybody else. It's like everybody else could be doing this, but if I decide I'm going to be successful in an area, then that doesn't have anything to do with me. You can apply this to anything. You can apply this to like work, dating, like having FOMO, even when it comes to like attending events or missing them or going to places by myself. It's like, why should I be afraid to show up somewhere by myself? Why should I be afraid to like miss out on something? When people get dressed and they talk about an event and who's going to be there, it's like y'all talking about me. It's like, yes, I'm happy and excited to come and see everybody, but it's like y'all came to see me. Like, put yourself in the winners category.